in the game just to get my fatty. And these lazy ain't got competition. It's me versus me, love Key Talk.
Welcome back to Key Talk Media. This is your host, Key Talk. Check it out, man. All right. So we got a couple different topics to talk about today. One being NBA Youngboy, and two being a man out of Florida who tried to go burglarize a home, but ended up getting chased and run into the police himself. Actually, let's just start with that story. So a man actually went on a burglarizing spree, and while he was burglarizing, he ended up getting busted doing some of the burglarizing. So what do you think he did? You know, most burglars who get caught just gonna run away and try to get to safety somewhere, probably just try to not to get caught at all. But I guess Buddy got caught in the middle of doing his burglarizing, and he took off running, and he took off running, and he took off running until he saw the nearest police. He ran to the police, beat on the police door. Help me, please, I'm getting chased, I'm getting chased. And of course the police looking at him like, what in the blue hell is this Negro over here looking at me for telling me he getting chased? Who's chasing you, buddy? Coming to find out, he was getting chased by a lady who he was trying to burglarize. I'm gonna read the report for y'all, and then we'll get into the NBA Youngboy topic, right? So this report says, a police officer in Coconut Creek arrested an accused burglar on Monday after he asked for help while running away from one of his victims, officials say. Authorities said Terry Jennings, 24, of Pompano Beach, of course, is inside of Florida. We do know that all the craziest people, just most crazy stories is coming up out of Florida, right? Pompano Beach ran up to the police officer asking for help as the officer was sitting in his vehicle at a stop sign. The officer quickly determined he was running away from a resident after the resident found him trying to break into his home in South Creek, officials say. So obviously he probably called the 12 before then, letting them know, hey man, there's a burglar in my home and I'm about to chase him down. And he probably felt like he about to get hit with that steel, and he didn't want the steel to hit him and send him up to the Lord. So he tried to, somebody go to the safest place for him, which is going to be the police, which is wild because he kind of snitched on himself. But anyway, let's finish. It says, police searched Jennings and found multiple items in his pocket that he could not explain. Authorities said the items had been stolen from a car left unlocked in the area. I mean, Buddy didn't even have the brain smarts to throw away the stuff in his pocket that he had already stolen. Like I'm telling y'all, the era of idiocracy that we are in right now is literally unmatched. It's the most uneducated, just dumbest era that we're inside of right now. Let's continue. It says a woman came forward and told police she caught Jennings on one of her surveillance cameras trying to get into her car, but it was, but it was locked. So now there's a woman who's coming forward saying, hey, well, he tried to jack my car too, and I got him on my surveillance camera. Another one says Jennings was arrested and booked at the Broward County jail on charges of car burglary and attempted burglary. So I don't know. That was just pretty idiotic. Obviously, y'all can see. I told y'all the era that we is inside of hip-hop and in just the world, period. But also, let's get into the NBA Youngboy because they trying to listen, man. We might not ever be able to get to see NBA Youngboy doing any type of performance, man. He probably ain't gonna never get to do Rolling Loud. We don't know when he'll even be able to do any type of live performances, period, because he's always got some type of charges filed against him that he fighting. I mean, Brody been on like house arrest since he was like 16 years old. I know y'all seen that viral picture that pretty much came out. But anyways, let's get into the story. So NBA Youngboy actually, I told y'all he had 63 charges and they took away 15 charges. So he had 48 charges, which of course is still a lot, but it still is better than 63. But now that they've taken away those 15 charges, they've now added another charge onto him. I think they added 2 more charges onto him. And the most important one, or the most critical one, is a new gun charge. We do know the first time with the feds, I think he beat one of those, got a second one coming up he got to go against the feds against, and now he's got another one that they just added, a new gun charge, which definitely, that's not good news for NBA Youngboy at all. But I'm going to read the report, right? The report says, new charges were filed against Kentrell Golding, known as NBA Youngboy, related to a large-scale prescription fraud operation. Previously, Golding was charged with 63 counts from Cache County authorities related to identity fraud, obtaining a prescription under the false pretenses of forgery. He also faces charges related to possession of a dangerous weapon by a restricted person, engaging in a pattern of unlawful activities, and possession of a controlled substance. In the new charges filed on April 26, 2024, from Weber County authorities, authorities, Golding faced another possession of a firearm by a restricted person felony charge and 2 counts of fraudulently obtaining a prescription. A recent motion filed by the Weber County Attorney's Office requests Golding be held without bail until further notice. The defendant is charged with a felony, and there is a substantial evidence to support this charge. There is a clear and convincing evidence that the defendant would constitute a substantial danger to any other individual or to the community, or is likely to flee the jurisdiction of the court if released on bail. So they pretty much saying, listen, man, we can't let this dude free on no more bonds. We just had him on a bond, and look what he done did. Got more weapons charges, more fraudulent charges, trying to get the lean through, ways that ain't supposed to be getting it, ain't supposed to have it at all. So they just saying, we can't let this guy free. And we do know if they do let him free, the judge has already said he's going back to his hometown of Baton Rouge if he do get free. But let me continue. It says, even strict federal pretrial supervision was unable to thwart his criminal activities and associations, wrote Clark Herms, deputy Weber County attorney. Finally, defendant is charged with a felony, and there is substantial evidence to support the charge and clear the convincing evidence that he violated several material conditions of his federal pretrial release. You got to start to think, like, yes, of course, we do understand NBA Youngboy is a grown man, and of course, it's his responsibility to do what he needs to do. But the people that be around him, though, wasn't he surrounded by like all type of like law enforcement that he had to have around him because insecurities, because of the fact that he is on like this bond that he's out on, like a federal bond. So he did have all these people around him. What in the blue hell were they telling him? Were they not trying to help him out, giving him good advice, or what? Because to the outside world, it looks like he's just rapping all the time 24/7. But in actuality, Buddy trying to get prescriptions, got thukas all over the place. And why he even need all the guns all over the place? It ain't like nobody about to go way to Utah, get past his security that he has to have, and try to go and kill him, unless he was inside of Baton Rouge, and we already know it's crash dummies everywhere. It's the era of crash dummies inside of hip-hop, so they would do it, but they ain't going way to Utah. Most of the time, people crash dummy, they only doing crash dumming in their own community. They don't go outside their community. Some of them actually never leave their community their entire life, or get killed before they even get to go explore the world or see whatever in the outside world. You know what I'm talking about? But anyways, with all that being said, we'll just have to see how the story of NBA Youngboy goes, because I do know if he is able to actually ever start performing, he gonna have some of the most wildest, potentially dangerous, because it's gonna be some wild people at them shows. You know what I'm talking about? Performances ever known to mankind. And then, of course, the guy in Florida, we'll see what happens to him. Bro done really ran to the 12 nim because he was getting chased after trying to burglarize the other people. Anyways, let me know something. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about this entire ordeal. I'm out.